This is arguably one of the most anticipated books of 2024, and we were blessed with it within the first month of the year. So today I'm going to be reading this book and see if it lives up to all the hype and expectations.
Expect disappointment and you will never get disappointed.
I also just want to mention this is a full spoiler video, so if you haven't read any of the Crescent City books, I am going to be talking about them, so just be warned. I read the first 50 pages last night, so through chapter 2. Honestly, I'm kind of scared. I'm nervous for what's happening, but I'm kind of scared to read and figure out what happens. I know it's just because, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way. It's like, I'm kind of scared for what's gonna happen in this book. I'm not sure. So the prologue was from Lydia, the Hin's perspective, and I am so happy we get her perspective now, and it makes so much sense because now we know she's a rebel, and we couldn't have seen her perspective before because then obviously we would have known she was a rebel. But I'm like not emotionally prepared for what Hunt, Rune, and Baxian are gonna go through. I'm not prepared. And then we got to see Bryce and the Night Court in chapter 1, which was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. And then the ending when Azriel's like, explain or die, I was like, whew, okay, kind of nervous. And then we were thrown back to Crescent City with Tharian and Ethan, and oh my god, Tharian is so dumb. I think he's really gonna go through it in this book. I'm excited to see where that goes. I hope he gets out of it, but I don't see a way that that's possible. Okay, so I want to talk about predictions before I read more, and I think Hunt, we're gonna find out who his father is. I do think he is Prince of Hell, or his father was from hell, or is like a demon some type. Yeah, I don't know if I have any more predictions than what I talked about in my predictions video. I think I'm just talking so I can put off reading because I'm scared. You know what, I'm just gonna start reading. We're gonna get into it. Chapter 3, we're back with Bryce and the Night Court. Hello. So as you saw, I was at the pool for a little bit. I got to page 99, I think it is. 98, so almost 100 pages in. But when the worm showed up from Hakatar, what? I was not expecting that, but it was kind of funny. But there's a little bit of action. Hunt, Rune, Baxian, that's pretty sad. I'm very sad for them. But their laughing scene, honestly real. They have each other, so who knows if they're gonna break. We will see. I have a while to go until part 2. But yeah, so far, so good. Again, a little slow setting the stage for what's gonna happen. Oh, the other thing, I really like the Fender Wolf. I'm enjoying her character, and the dragon Ari. I'm enjoying both of those characters. I'm excited to see what else they have going for them in this book. Hunt thinks shadows are watching him, and I think that's going to be important somehow. It's mentioned it twice now. And Nesta mentioned they have people that can talk to shadows, or the shadows whisper to them. Azriel. These shadows seem to be something important. We'll see about that. Okay, the shadow just spoke. Oh, it's the Prince of the Pit. Okay. Ooh, Hunt's father. We're gonna mention. We're gonna find out who Hunt's father is in this book. I know it. They're hinting that he was brought into this world to defeat the asteroids. So, again, demon. We shall see. I got hungry. So I made some lunch and I got crab cakes at the farmer's market this morning, and oh my god, this one kind of fell apart, so it doesn't look super pretty, but it's so freaking good. So I just put it on some lettuce and I added some onion, and they gave me like a lemon Dijon sauce. And then I also have strawberries. These literally taste like candy. Like, strawberries in season hit so different and they're so good. And then I also have sage and indigo juice co. I got this last week too. It's chef's kisses. It's so good. I am going to eat my food and I'm going to read and hopefully not get any food on my book, but you know, my nickname is Messy Lou for a reason, you guys. I can't go a meal without spilling on myself. Anyways, I'm getting on a tangent. Let's eat and let's read. I'm back sooner than expected. I just finished chapter 8. The Hind? What? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I'm so confused. What is going to happen? Okay, I fully take back what I said earlier. It has gotten so fast-paced, and I'm only on page 122. I can't believe the Hind did that, like confessed herself to the gang. But go off, girl. Go off. I love her for that. Ugh, and right now, Bryce and Nesta are on their little adventure in the tunnel. And I'm just curious to see where this leads them. It should be interesting. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day. I finished part 1 yesterday, so I'm on part 2, the search. So all of part 1, Bryce and Nesta and Azrael were on their little adventure, and when Bryce was explaining phones to Nesta and Azrael, I was literally giggling. It made me think of me trying to explain a phone to my grandparents when they first came out, and it was like, what do you mean? How do you take a picture? How do you call people? You speak to them mind to mind? That was just funny. But I'm still I'm a little upset with Bryce. I'm a little upset at what she did at the end of part 1 when she just left them there. Girl, I know we know Nesta and Azrael and these characters and grow to love them and trust them and whatever, and Bryce just met these random people in a different world, so she doesn't trust them, which I get, but I'm still kind of sad. I thought you besties could get together. I guess it's just not in the cards. I'm also curious. So she teleported back. I'm curious, is she going to the Throne of Glass world, or is she going to back to Midgard or to Hell? Where is Bryce going to be transported to? I don't know. We're gonna find out. The other thing I was not expecting was Sigrid, the other Fender heir, unaliving so quickly. I was not expecting that. And poor Ethan. I feel so bad for Ethan. But thank goodness they got Tharian out of that trouble, because it really pissed me off. There's so many questions. So many questions. And I just need to keep reading. A lot of time for answers though, because there's like 600-ish, maybe 550 pages left for me to read. No way I'm finishing it today, but maybe in the next couple days. Oh, the other thing was we got like a huge info dump in this book of the beginning of the worlds and kind of the migration to Bryce's world. It was a really, really big info dump. I enjoyed how she kind of cut it up with scenes from other characters. Also, Rune and Lydia. I'm kind of sad for Lydia. I'm pretty sure they're in love with each other, but anyways, like I said, I'm gonna read today. I will update you guys in a little bit. Come up here, come up here. Hi. Petey.
another mention of Bryce, our Hunt's father.
Bryce didn't end up in the Throne of Glass world. That's sad. Yes, Lydia. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, it's only page 308, chapter 34, and I'm like, what else can freaking happen in this book? So I am almost halfway through the book and I like can't believe some of the things that have happened in part 2. I'm just like so shocked, like things I just did not see coming, and I don't want to get too into it, but I'll update you guys tomorrow on more about everything that's been going on. But yeah, initial reactions, just shocked by some of the stuff that happened. So anyways, I'm gonna keep reading tonight and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hello, so I'm coming on to update you guys where I'm at. I'm on page 461. My Kindle says I'm 56% of the way through. Over 50% through this book. I can't believe how big it is. It's a monster. But anyways, I didn't really update you guys last night on what's been happening and my thoughts about it, so I'm going to do that now. The first thing was when I was at the pool yesterday, I was reading, and this was, I think, the beginning of part 2 before the escape. But Hunt was saying, oh, I miss my best friend, and it was so cute. I need to find it so then I can just like read it. Okay, so it says, he wished Bryce were with him, not just to sleep beside him and to remind him that he made it out, but he needed his best friend. Aw, my little heart, that's so cute. And then I feel like anytime I think I know what's gonna happen, it's totally the opposite thing than what I think is gonna happen. There's so many twists and turns, and I'm like, things that were just not on my bingo card. The worm, Jessica being like Parthos priestess and being alive for like 15,000 years. Did not see that one coming. Lydia, the Hind, being a mom. I'm sorry, what? But also, that might mean, so Rune's prophecy from the Oracle is like, the royal line shall end with you. So maybe he becomes like a little stepdad, kind of like Randall is to Bryce. So speaking of Lydia and Rune, I'm very happy she got the gang back together, and we love her for that. But Rune and Lydia, weird thing that they have going on where they're just not talking to each other. Let's skip this part, let's make up, let's get on with it. I am ready for them to be together, and they're not. Anyways. What else wasn't on my bingo card? Therian getting freaking married. That was not on my bingo card. That was just so random. He knows how to piss some people off. Therian, my guy. And then with Jessica, Hypaxia, and Ethan, what they got going on, absolutely crazy. I don't even know what to say about that. I also want to say, I feel like I've been underestimating Bryce when she was with the Autumn King. I was just kind of like, oh, you know. But then she totally served him, and I was just like, slay queen. Okay, I'm so confused about House of Flame and Shadow being a place. Like, is this like the common room at Hogwarts? Am I like going to Gryffindor, Slytherin common room? Is that what this is? I'm just confused. Is it just House of Flame and Shadow that has this little hangout common room type thing, or is it the other houses too? And if the other houses have them, where are they? There's 4 houses, and it just makes me think of Harry Potter. I'm confused. I just don't understand it. I like the reunion of the gang together and them escaping. That was really fun and high stakes, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about Bryce and Hunt right now. We'll keep an eye on them. Okay, anyways, gonna keep reading. I think there's like 100 pages left in part 2, so let's go. Hello, it's a little later, and I didn't want to say this because I don't like giving books ratings before they're done yet, and I don't like, even if I say it, it could change. So I'm just gonna say I don't know if this is gonna be a 5-star read. Will it live up to the hype? This book was so anticipated. Granted, I like just read the Crescent City series. I don't know how people waited 2 years for this book. My Crescent City video will be up before this one, and I rated both those books 5 stars. After sitting on it for a little longer, the second one is definitely 5 stars, and I liked that one better than the first one, but I would still rate it a 5 stars. I think I'm just gonna say those are both 5-star reads. So it's sitting at like a 4.5 for me right now. But again, I still have 40% of the book to go. We'll see if the rest of the book bumps it up to a 5 stars, but because it's obviously not my final rating. But again, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. And sometimes I feel when I read 5-star books, 40, 50, 60 pages in, especially if it's a shorter book, I'm like, this is a 5-star book. And this is kind of the opposite. The first 100 pages, I was like, oh, maybe this isn't going to be a 5-star book. And then it got really good. And then now it's kind of died down a little bit where I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's not 5 stars. Okay, so this is just me being an indecisive babbler. So I'm gonna stop talking and get back to reading so then I can give you guys my final review. Okay? Okay, bye. What I don't like is like Bryce's thing against the Fae. I get you have a grudge to settle, but she thinks the people in Nesta's world, aka the Akatar world, are horrible. Not all of them are, okay? They're actually pretty great. Even though they're not real people and they're fictional characters and I'm sitting here defending them. Like, I don't know how I can roll my eyes harder. Bryce is pissing me off right now. She's acting like a child. And this is why I kind of underestimate her, I think, because sometimes she acts like a child. And it's annoying. It's annoying. I don't like it. I'm just gonna say that. It's annoying. Hello you guys, it has been a couple days. I'm back home and it feels so lovely. I was gone for so long and yesterday I came home and I unfortunately didn't get much reading done. I am at that point in the book where I have 109 pages left, and we know things get crazy in the last 100 or so pages in any Sarah J. Maas book. Is it gonna be crazy? I don't know. This book has kind of disappointed me, I'm not gonna lie. Granted, I still am enjoying it, and it's eliciting emotional reactions out of me, which is only something that a really good book can do. I'm gonna read these last 100 or so pages, hopefully finish her today. Why is that my reaction to like what's happening? Lydia, I think, is my favorite character in this book. Besides Ember Quinlan, it's Lydia for me. She's definitely related to, what's her name? Oh my god, Aelin. And I love Aelin. Like, she has fire magic and she's a shifter, so she's definitely from the Throne of Glass world. Fire magic, Aelin, deer shifter, Terracin, hello. Don't even get me started. Confirmed it. Lydia's son's name is literally Brandon, the Fae King, the ancient ancestor of Aelin. Hello! They're like distant ass cousins. That's so fun. It was time for Lydia to clean house. To clean the house? It just says to clean house. It was time for Lydia to clean the house. You know, I'm not really sure, but it's still funny. Should there be a the there? It was time for Lydia to clean house. It was time for Lydia to clean the house. I think there should be a the there. But anyways, it's still funny. And I'm here for that one sentence that just made this whole book potentially be 5 stars. Don't do it. Don't do it, Lydia. No! Again, why is that my face? Also not on my Mago card for this book, black holes. Just not on my bingo card, especially to be like the solution to everything. Very interstellar of you, Sarah J. Maas. Very interstellar of you. I need to just process everything. And we will catch up tomorrow. I've been putting this off for like a week. And that is my final review of this book right here. It's like my 1 sentence quick review. I enjoyed it, but it's not what I thought it could be. And I'm not going to tell you my rating before we dive into everything. Starting off with like the ACOTAR characters not being in it very much, you just totally ruin the anticipation of the whole ending of the second book. We literally only got Nesta and Azriel. I know this book isn't about the ACOTAR characters, but she had the opportunity to make it Avengers Infinity War / Endgame level of epicness. It kind of flopped in that regard. I have to say it did. Again, the theory of the Throne of Glass characters being in it, I was not really holding hope out for that, but then a little part of me was maybe they'll be in it, hence why I literally reread the whole series in a month. We got crumbs. I wanted a whole piece of cake and I got crumbs. Okay? I'm not okay. As you saw, my whole reaction to the end of the book was literally this face. That's just how it felt. I'm gonna do a silent review and it'll just be me going like, yeah. So there was part of this book that I did like, and mainly that was Rune and Lydia, and then Hypaxia, Jessica, and Ethan were fun sometimes too. Tharian honestly was like a little annoying and was just kind of like there most of the time in his like depressy state. But honestly, the next book is going to be about him because of that scene at the end, because of the literal one scene with him and the dragon. The whole next book is going to be about him because yes, there will be another book. Sarah J Maas confirmed this, and it's going to be The House of Many Waters. I mean, it just has to be. And Therian is in The House of Many Waters, so it just makes sense. But for some reason, Bryce really pissed me off in this book. Hunt being depressy because of Bryce's actions just did not sit right with me. Their whole relationship just did not sit right with me in this book. And I really enjoyed them in the previous books. What happened? Was I missing something in those books? I don't know. And then like the way he got over her actions was not it. It just wasn't it. Okay, so the final battle of them with the asteroid was very Interstellar of Sarah J Maas, and I did not see it playing out that way, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. I saw that someone said it reminded them of the ending of Big Hero 6. Oh my god, now I can't get that picture out of my head. But honestly, it kind of flopped too. The ending, it was 30 to 50 pages of this whole 830 page book. I wish there would have been more confrontation, conflict, you know. Just again, the whole middle book, I'm like, we found out Lydia was a mom, and that's about all I know. And who Hunt's dad was. Oh yeah, he's a prince of hell, but not a prince of hell. Also, the only shining star of this book that really stood out to me was Bryce's mom. She was the whole reason I kept reading this book. I loved her. And that moment at the end with Nesta, I was like, okay, slay. Slay, Ember Quinlan. Slay. And she is probably the reason this book is getting 4 stars. Okay, yep, there I said it. 4 stars. I've sat on it for long enough. I don't think I'm gonna go lower than 4. And that's not a bad rating, you guys. It just, I thought this would be like a 5-6 star book. But that's why we don't have expectations, okay? What does Zendaya say in Spider-Man No Way Home? Expect disappointment. Or something like that.
Expect disappointment and you will never get disappointed.
Just kidding. I just think the ending of the last book, House of Sky and Breath, was kind of wasted. Don't come for me. Like, tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. Like, I just think the ending was kind of wasted. Yeah, that about wraps up my review. I already told you what my rating was. Again, 4 stars. Okay, yeah. So don't forget to let me know what you thought, as well as to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!